Hi, this is Jack Downs here with a little run through of the Audacity file handling exercise. You should have that assignment on paper in front of you. I'm going to go through it quickly. You can review the instructions in this video and then on the sheet too. There's a lot of instructions that apply to all the assignments you're going to do in here and some shortcuts that you should be remembering and trying to use. And the first shortcut is Window E, which brings up this My Computer kind of window. I got three of them up now, but anyway. What's special about this is it's a little different than the My Computer window you get just by clicking on My Computer. It's got two panes, a left and a right. I think it's very useful. I can see is my drive. My drive is here, and your first instruction is to rename your drive. How do you rename something in Windows? You right-click on it. Now, some drives won't allow themselves to be renamed. This one does. If yours does, go ahead and rename it. I'm going to rename mine Jack-Downs. You could use your first initial and last name. Mine, I usually make all file names and folder names lowercase. I try to remember to do that just as a general practice. But you see it automatically turned to uppercase in this case it doesn't matter. Try to avoid special characters. Underscore and dash is okay. So now if I lose my drive and someone finds it, they automatically will know that it belongs to some guy named Jack Downs. That's the first step to protect your drive. Another way to protect your drive is to download a folder, an if found folder, a readme kind of file. And how we're going to do that? We're going to go to Moodle. In Moodle, in the resource folder for assignments, there it is. In the file handling folder is something called if found readme. I'm going to right click, save link as. Mine says save link as. Yours, depending on the browser you use, may say something different. Save link as. If found readme.txt, it's going to download to where? Well, to my drive. Just to my drive, not within any folders or anything. In fact, I hope that this drive of yours is a empty drive used just for this class. That would be the safest thing. Okay, so I can go back to my computer windows. Oops, not that one. There, this one, for instance. Look in here, and there is my file. Let's open it up. It opens up in Notepad if you double-click on it. If you can't see if it looks like it's running off the screen, you may have to do a format word wrap. Otherwise, you see it goes off the screen. Word wrap. Okay, and this is where you edit it. You put in your name and stuff like that. And I suggest you put in your address. And you can put in your email address. And your phone number. Stuff like that. Anything you would like to give people to help you return your drive to you. I'm going to close this and save the changes. And now in my drive there's an if found file that anybody can open up and read, and maybe they'll return my drive to me. Okay, we're going to start making some folders. The first one is going to be a folder for all of your work in this class. It's going to be called 240. It's just a folder for this entire class. I like the if found file to be outside of it so it's very obvious. So I'm in the 240 folder now. Well, now I'm within folders. Let's talk a little bit about navigating in this My Computer Windows Explorer window. I can tell where I am. How can I tell? In this address bar up here, I see I'm in the computer. I'm in a drive called Jack Downs. I'm in a folder called 240, which is empty now because I just made it. And if I want to look at this pane, I can see the same idea. Computer, Jack Downs, 240. Okay, within here, you're going to do a lot of folder creation in this class. It's always done with a right click, of course, right click new folder, right? So we're going to make a project folder here called file handling. Exact name is not important. You're not going to submit that folder to me, but it makes sense to give it a name that makes sense. I'm going to open it up, and I can tell, by the way, here I am. I'm in computer, Jack Downs, 240, file handling, right? And down here, I would see it also if I wanted to look down on this side. Within here, we're going to make 3 folders. You're going to do this over and over again, too. In fact, if you want to, you could just make this big set of things and copy them each time, but that's up to you. It's not that hard. We're going to make an originals. That's where the original file is going to go. We're going to make a working we're going to do the work and make it grading. Where the final completed stuff is going to go. Let's go ahead, having made those, we're going to go get a file and put it into originals. And again, we're going to get it here from Moodle. This musicedit.wav, right? Right-click, save link as, or save target as, or whatever it asks for you. Within 240, within file handling, in originals, see where I am, right? That's where I am. And that's the file name, that's correct. I'm going to say save. It's going to take a moment, it's going to show up there. If I want to, I can go look in my computer window or open up a new one or whatever. Right, 240, file handling, originals, there it is. Good, so I got my original file in there. So now we're going to open it in Audacity. How do you find Audacity? This is what the Audacity icon looks like right down here, like a headphones with a yellow squiggly thing around it. You could find that maybe in your start menu, in your programs. This is why I ask you at this stage to do this in the lab in Feinberg or the lab in Ward, because Audacity is already installed. Of course, you can get your own copy, but you may not have done that yet. So I'm going to open up Audacity, however you did it. Now, I'm going to do a file import audio. And on my computer here in my office, it's just going to do it. And your computer, wherever you are, it may bring up this big thing that says, how do you want to do this? Do you want to make a copy, which is the safer way to do it? Yes. Make that choice. It may ask you for that. In mine, it's probably a default already, but here I am. I happen to have gone to originals. Remember, I could just go find it, Jack Downs, 240, file handling, originals. There it is. You have to navigate to find it. You may have to. I did not have to. That's magic. Okay, I'm going to open it up. It's going to take a moment. There it is. Great. I opened up that file. What is it? Well, let's listen to it for a second. There it is. Nice music that you're going to hear over and over again, and you'll get sick of it, so let's stop it for now. Okay, I'm going to imagine I've been working for a while. I've been doing editing, which you don't know about yet, but you will very soon. This is going through the steps that you will go through. Making the folders, download the file, open it up. The next step is save project. Save project as, same thing because this is the first save. And it gives you this thing about, yes, you are saving an Audacity file. Audacity files cannot be opened with any other program. That's okay, that's the way it's supposed to be. You say, okay, this doesn't go in originals now. Now this goes into file handling working, okay? Which is where we want. That's working. This is a working thing. We're working on this. Save. It's going to take a few moments for it to come through. As it does, you'll see the benefit to keeping these folders and keeping things organized is that you won't lose things and get mixed up and upload the wrong file and therefore get things in late. So please strongly consider doing this. We'll mention that these audio files are pretty small and Audacity is a pretty fast, light program. Because of this, we generally work off from flash drives doing this. But as a general rule, I will tell you that in audio and video, it's safer to do all this work in a folder on your hard drive or thaw space, then copy it all onto your flash drive afterwards. We're going to skip that step now. When we move into video, though, you're really going to have to do that because those files are enormous. Okay, so it is saved. My project is saved. Okay, I'm going to imagine I've done all kinds of other work and I'm all done. The third step in any work in Audacity is to export an MP3. We've been working on this WAV file, this .wav file. It's a big, fat, juicy, huge file, nice, full of all kinds of information. But that's not the kind of file you send to me for grading or you upload to a website or you trade with friends. Those are MP3 files, which is the most common audio file for the web. But we have to make the MP3 from a WAV file. And this is the step we're doing it. We do it when we're all done. With all the work we haven't really done, but we pretended we did. You have lots of file choices, but you want MP3. If MP3 is not available there, it means that an encoder, something called the lame encoder, was not properly installed to that computer. It wouldn't be a disaster. You could still save your work. You could take it with you. You could open it on another computer, or you could properly install that file, that program. The lame encoder has to be installed along with Audacity to allow you to export MP3s. And by the way, I was supposed to And your instructions give you a special idea about how to name your project. I say last name working music one. I didn't do that in my example here, but that's okay. I'm going to now go to grading. I want this MP3 to go into grading. I ask you to give it a particular name, and its name is going to be last name Downs Final Music 1. Okay. And I say save. And don't worry about all this stuff, just say okay. And it'll take a moment. It's now saving that MP3. Here it goes. And once it is done, I can open up again another My Computer window. Let's go and look and see it there. What do we have here? File handling. Originals? Yes, the WAV file. Good. And working, we have this music edit data file, another file, and more folders, and more stuff. What's all this stuff? Don't worry about it. Audacity makes lots of folders with this project. Don't worry about it. As long as it's working, that's fine. And then grading, we have one thing, this MP3. Am I sure that's really my file? Well, I can open it up and listen to it. And here it goes again. Yes, it is. That's the file I'm going to send up to Moodle. So let's do that. That's your last step here, I believe. Here we go. I'm going to upload that to Moodle. When you upload to Moodle, it might look something like this. Maybe a little different for you, but similar anyway. You're going to go to a Dropbox, file handling exercise, add submission, go find the file. I could drag and drop it instead. I do it this manual way because I'm an old-fashioned kind of guy. And I want to go to not file, just plain old file handling, right? I want to go to, actually, this is enough place at all. I want to go to my drive, 240, file handling, grading, that's the one, right? There's a file, that's the name, that's it. Okay, open and upload the file. It's going to take a moment. And then, please, please, please save changes. Okay, that means it's submitted for grading. If you're not sure, did I get the right one? You could click on this again and export it and listen to it to make sure you had the right thing. You have the power over this folder too. You can edit it, which means you could delete it and put something else up there instead. So this is what the submission status looks like. And then finally, bring your drive to class and show it to me or the TA. We have to confirm your work with a checklist, check sheet. You have to put it in the computer and show us that you've done all this stuff. And then also your drive should be labeled. I may be handing labels out or asking you to make your own just with your name and then tape it onto your drive. That's another great way to keep your drive safe when you, as so many people do, when you do misplace it. That's the assignment.